Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Nami Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunnava Paschata Deshatari Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Adaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Nitai Gaur Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaur Haribo. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Kuri Vaishnavrinda ki jai, Gautanande Hari Hari Bol. Jai Om Vishnupada, Paramahansa Parivrajagacharya, Ashtatara Shata Sri Sima Srila Bhai Charna Ravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Kuri Vaishnavrinda ki jai, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai, Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Samasta Vaishnavrinda ki jai, Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Sri Chaitanya Manovistam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Vada Dadati Shapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Pada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavangscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanitam Tam Sajivam Sadaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakha Nitansha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunnavadi Paschatadeshatarine Vancha Kalpataruvesya Kripa Sindhubhaivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you, Prabhus and mothers, for joining. Nice to see you, Prema Sankirtan Prabhu. You are working and listening class. Wow. You are a genius doctor. Thank you, Hare Krishna, Mother Sankari Kaur Devi. Chaitanya Charan Prabhu, thank you. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Krishna. And the rest, all of you, Subir Prabhu, thank you. So it's almost a month that we didn't touch Bhagavad Gita. I don't know how the week passes, but it was joyful. Nothing to complain about it. Bhagavad Gita is same tasty. Of course, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is essence of Bhagavad Gita, I would say. So the festivals we had also was wonderful. So just to catch up, in case if you remember, where we ended last month on this discussion. This is the session every Wednesday we do. The question raised was, just to refresh, it may not be relevant to any one of you because you all are advanced. What is the difference between accidental fall down and purposefully fall down? So we are almost ended the 9th chapter, but just to refresh, I remember we read Srila Prabhupada's Lilamrita, 1976, Nellore. Anandamaya, a French devotee stationed in Hyderabad, and he asked Srila Prabhupada, he wanted to clarify what seems an apparent contradiction concerning the falling down of devotee and the eternal nature of a devotional service. And I'm glad he asked that beautiful question. So the question asked that a devotee who has tasted the nectar, taste, how you measure taste. Do you like to chant every day? Can you ask yourself right now, can you live a day or few days without chanting? And if you say no, that means you have taste. Now, you may not be drowned into ecstasy all the time, but you have some taste. Can you break four regulative principles? Can you go eat meat or something? If you say no, that means you have some taste. You follow? That's how you measure. So the devotee asked the question to Prabhupada, a devotee who tasted the nectar of the lotus feet of the Lord or Krishna consciousness and can never forget it, does it mean his journey in the material world is about to finish? So Prabhupada did not answer himself. He asked his entourage who were there with him. He said, can someone answer this question? I like that. Prabhupada wanted all of us to understand this. So Mahamsa Maharaj used to be sannyasi. He's still alive, I believe. Mahansa Swami said, well, he fell down due to certain offenses. But afterward, by the mercy of pure devotee, he will come back. Because he tasted the nectar of devotional service. He may try to enjoy the material world for some time, but afterwards he will fed up again and come back. Now we see this. I saw it, few names. There is a statement in Bhagavad Gita. If one is engaged in the service of the Lord, even if he falls down, he is to be considered saintly. Now they're talking about this 9.30. That's where we ended last month. So I'm refreshing. Tamal Krishna Maharaj said, Prabhupada, if it is accidental, if it is purposefully, then he is not saintly. Then he is offender. Another devotee was not certain what accidentally actually meant. So Prabhupada elaborated. Accident, he had former habit. I like the answer. Please remember this. Prabhupada says, accident means he has a former habit. Unknowingly, he has done something wrong. That is accident. It's not like, oh, he did not know. He's a sannyasi, he fell down. He didn't know. He knew, but he has a bad habit before he came to Krishna consciousness that can cause him to tip over again. Like, what's his name? Jayadvaita Swami says, he says, is like everybody's running towards spiritual world, and Mayadevi once in a while put a little straw in front of that runner, and some devotee called advanced runner or sannyas, boom, they fell. It's not really like fall, it's just a little slow down of their running towards the goal. So Prabhupada says that is called accident. That is explained by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Not purposefully doing wrong. That is aparad. So Namnad Bala Jashahi Papa Buddhi. Prabhupada quote this. This is in Harishwari Prabhu's book, Transcendental Diary, Volume 1. Now, I remember we also discussed another reference. Sometimes we see that a devotee may be sincere, but at the same time he becomes weak and he falls down. Prabhupada said, even he falls down, still he is fortunate. Because the taste is like injection is there. It will act somehow or other. Because he's fortunate, as fortunate man, he took it, but he fall down. But it does not mean he is unfortunate. I like that. Still, he's fortunate because the poison is already there. It will develop, it will grow more and more. That is called Ajnata Sukriti. Therefore, he is not a loser. He continues to be fortunate. It will take some time. So we should be very careful. If even some devotee, step away from the practice or anything, we should not criticize. Be very careful, Prabhus and mothers. Another incident also, devotee asked, Srila Prabhupada, is it possible for one person to be part demon, part devotee in the same body? Nice question. Prabhupada said, if he's a devotee, he's not a demon at all. If he's devotee. Devotee says, but he may have some demoniac quality. Prabhupada said, yes. That if he is seriously devotee, those demoniac qualities will disappear very soon. Shipram bhavati dharmatma. Opicheto suduracharo bhajate mam ananna bhak. Sadhureva samantabha sammag bevashita hisha. So 9.30, 31. These two bars, I'm just giving refresh. Then Prabhupada says, another wonderful example, just like an electric fan is moving, you make the switch off. Still, you will find it is moving. I'm sure all of you had experienced that. If you have a fan in your room, you can turn off. You'll see the blade is still going on for a while. So Prabhupada says when they take initiation and become serious, that means they turn off. They don't go back. If it is sometime found that he's a demoniac or he's acting as a demoniac, if he was a sincere devotee, that demoniac quality will eventually go away. Very nice. Shipram bhavati dharmatma. Shipram means very soon. Very soon doesn't mean like tomorrow. It could be, this life or I don't know. How do you, sometime Bhagavatam word for me is very difficult. Like he says, Kalena na ati dhirgena. Na ati dhirga. Dhirga means long time. Na ati dhirgena means not long time. Kalena, so time is not long time. Bhagavan Vishwati Riddhi. The Lord will enter in your heart when not too long, very soon. What is very soon means? I could not find in Prabhupada's purport. He said it is very soon. So very soon, so I add Prabhupada's another lecture. He says, it depends on purity and intensity. So if I really desperately want to be pure devotee and I'm really seriously guarding myself not to commit offense, then it will be, how do you say it? You cannot say tomorrow because tomorrow is measured by 24 hours timer. So I leave it that way very soon. Then we discuss, I made a little note what we discussed last week, just a little note. Another topics we discussed. What is more dangerous? What is more serious? A sin or an offense? Think about it. They are not same thing. They may appear same kind of activities, but they are not same thing. An offense is more serious because it is not an easy to rectify as a sinful activity. First of all, I hope you all know what is offense. There is esoteric meaning, there is a exoteric meaning. Esoteric is like apagate radha, means you go away from bhakti. Apagate. Upa means you come near. Apa means you go away, opposite, going back. So when you find some slackening in your spiritual practice, Prabhuji and Mother, you can detect yourself. If you feel not enthusiasm, six things is the sign or symptom undoubtedly guarantee us for success in bhakti. Six symptom. First thing starts with utsaha, nischaya, dharja. So utsaha, that enthusiasm. So if you find slacking, your job or time, old friend come, you spending the job or time as a gossiping time. How is going? What's going on in Texas or whatever? You go on and on. And then you realize the whole 2 hours gone. You have to go to work and your job or time is ruined. That's called also negligence or you being diverted. Jiva Goswami Path gives those symptoms that if you're committing offense, how can you recognize yourself? You can. You will find some other things more attraction or more attracted to you than doing bhakti. This is another symptom. You will find to join with the group of people who likes to criticize or put down or commit offense, you may want to hang around. This is another symptom. So he gives 5 symptoms. Just be careful. How do you know you're going away from bhakti or not? Well, you can detect. So what is the definition of offense? There are many definitions. One offense I find the most deadly is which you make or each of us make. Where? In our thinking, in our feeling, in our awareness. In other words, these three things are considered hard. So an offense is committed or made, you can say, in the heart, in your heart, consciously. You are aware that you are doing this. And you say, but that person is so bad. I don't care. I mean, he should be punished or she should be, whatever it is. You are consciously aware and you're committing, you creating that attitude, then you must see the reaction of it. You don't even feel like to get up to chant. Why? There's some offense committed by me. So this is a very easy way we can detect if we want to. Sometimes problem is we allow the offense to guide us. I don't care. I want to see that person go away from my life. And then we also discuss another thing. When Bhaktivinoda Thakur, is a very beautiful, Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes, uh, I hope you all remember, when you go to sleep, try to keep the japamala near your bed. If you need, you can put your hand inside the japa bed. Bhaktivinoda Thakur's life, very beautiful. He was a householder. You know, to raise 10 children is not a joke. I mean, it was a serious matter. And he has a full-time job. And he sleeps only 2, 3 hours. So, wonderful example. So, one time Bhaktivinoda Thakur had a dream in which he was wandering in the sky. And he was thinking, why? How did I come to the sky? But he knows the difference between dream and reality. Now, I'm not going to discuss what is reality. I'm not talking about that. But from bhakti angle, reality is this. If you are chanting during the dream or wherever you are, it is real. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he saw himself some cloud passing by, he's in the sky. But he's chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And he eventually brought to the court of Jamaraj, where Jamaraj himself was sitting with Brahmaji and Narad Muni. And they're discussing a point of this same sloka we are discussing. Apichetu sudrachara bhajate mam anandava. Sadhureva sammantadva sammak bevosita hisha. Generally accepted meaning this verse is, even if one commits most abominable action, if he is an anannabhak devotee who worship me alone, one-pointed devotional service, which is free from karma and gyan, he is to be considered saintly because his endeavors are completely on my behalf and his determination is fixed. Now, Prabhus and mothers, I want you to make a little note, remember this. What is one-pointed devotee means? That's where Krishna actually intervene in your life. You will actually able to communicate with Krishna when you make the determination. That's it. I am going to be whole life eternally devoted to Krishna. I want to serve. When you make that vow, evam brata sapriya nama kitta. Evam brata. Brata means vow. You take it that vow. So Prabhupada was in Hyderabad and he had a Western disciples. So some of the Pandit, local Pandit, they never saw Western devotee, first time in their life. They came to see Prabhupada and they were sitting in the audience. They said, Maharaj, this is very nice in Hindi that Western people are adopting this Sanatan Dharma. And we don't know how far can they understand or go. Prabhupada gave him such a beautiful answer. He said, according to Krishna, they are advanced devotee. And then he quoted this same verse, Apicheto Sudra Charo Bhajate Mam Anannabhak. He said Anannabhak one-pointed because then Prabhupada says, just like all of you look like you are very absorbed in your rituals. You get up in the morning, you chant some mantra to take bath, you chant some mantra to make everything auspicious, then you chant some mantra to purify yourself, then you chant some mantra to do Ganesh Puja, then Shiva Puja, then you go on, and then you come to Vishnu Puja as part of Vishnu Puja is part of your day rituals. These rituals. But these Western boys and girls, according to Krishna, they do not do all these things, what you do, but they do one thing. They give their life for Krishna. They will chant Hare Krishna. They honor Krishna Prasadam. They distribute Krishna books, literature. They serve Krishna. They dance, sing. And this is how their life. And according to Krishna, this is one-pointed devotion. I was moved that the way Prabhupada put the definition of Ananya Bhak. Ananya Bhak means, doesn't matter what you do, you may not think like, oh, I'm not doing this puja, that puja. No, just chant Hare Krishna, follow for regularity principle, make your life Krishna-centered. You are Ananya Bhak. This is beautiful. So I'll go back to Bhaktivinoda Thakur's dream. Then, as Bhaktivinoda Thakur was witnessing the Narad Muni with Jamaraj and Brahmaji, they're discussing this verse. Brahmaji said, Krishna says, whatever he has done, even anybody who adopt this process, if he is exclusively given to himself, to Krishna, he should be considered Krishna devotee. This is very nice. The Brahmaji, they are thinking also same thing Prabhupada was thinking. And then he says, very soon, that person, even if that person has some apparent problem with conditional life, he will become righteous. He will become Dharmatma. As Jamaraj, Brahma and Narada discussed this point, a question came up. Okay, this verse is understood. What about next verse? Next verse says, Bhajate Mam Ananya Bhag, one who is my exclusive devotee. The question arises, what is the exclusive devotion or Ananya Bhajan means? So Krishna says, give up all other religious conceptions, surrender to me alone. Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam saranam braja. That is exclusive devotion. But if one is practicing exclusive devotion, then he is already Dharmatma. If you have Bhagavad Gita, it can be confusing. Okay, if somebody is Ananya Bhak, why he has to become righteous? Isn't Ananya Bhak is a higher than righteous? So did Krishna do mistake when he was speaking? No. Krishna never does mistake. There is no such thing. So how to understand? If one is practicing exclusive devotion, then he is already Dharmatma. He is already righteous. How is then the next verse says Dharmatma, Shipram Bhavati Dharmatma. Very soon. Shipram means very quick. Bhavati means he will become. Shashachanti negachati konte pratijanihi name bhakta pranashati. He soon becomes righteous and attain lasting peace. And Krishna says, declare this boldly. My devotee never perishes. This is general meaning of this verse. Go and declare this to public. Krishna says that after this devotee become Ananya Bhak, that is, he gave up all sorts of duties and surrendered to Krishna. Then again he will be a dutiful man? No. So as Brahma, Prabhus and mothers, I hope you catch my point. As Brahma, Narada and Jamraj was discussing this point, they saw Bhaktivinoda Thakur right there in front of them. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes this in his diary. That's where I got this from. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur, they saw Bhaktivinoda Thakur walking in the sky and taking the holy name. Then one of them suggested, there is a pure devotee. They pointed to Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He should be able to give the real meaning. Then Bhaktivinoda Thakur was invited in their midst and was asked, how shall we adjust this point? Krishna has said this person is an exclusive devotee, that he has renounced all sorts of duties and surrendered to Krishna. And yet, in no time, it will be seen that he is very dutiful. How can we understand this? It's contradict. I hope all of you got that, very subtle. Bhaktivinoda Thakur explained this to Brahmaji, Naradji, and Jamaraj. Oh, he quickly become righteous, refer not to the exclusive devotee. Very clear, very nice. But to one who consider the exclusive devotee pure in all circumstances. Even if he performs some abominable act, he is still a sadhu, a saint. One who can think of an exclusive devotee in that way will soon become dharmatma. That was Bhaktivinoda Thakur's explanation. And it appears that it was redundant to say that Ananyabhag becomes dharmatma. Krishna says that an exclusive devotee should be thought of as a sadhu, an honest man. One who says that an exclusive devotee, a surrendered soul to Krishna, should be thought of a pure, whatever be his external practices. The man who is making this remark, we're talking about even Kormi. If they consider that this was a devotee, he is always devotee, even some apparent, behavior or activity may not be according to Hare Krishna lifestyle, still he is considered sadhu. If a Karmi thinks like this, he will become dharmatma. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Because you can look at Maharaj Bharat life, how he has deviated. If you see the deer, I don't know. Can any one of you think, if you see a deer and somebody say, this was a Mahabhagavat last life, and you're looking at the deer, really? Are you trying to convince me this Mahabhagavat came as a deer? Well, we know from Bhagavatam, but if it was, alive in front of us, would I accept it? I ask myself. I would doubt myself. Really? How did Mahabhagavat fell down? Prabhupada says in 5th canto that Jarabharat was almost in Bhava Bhakti. Prabhu's and mother, Bhava Bhakti means they have an experience of rays of prema called Bhava. How possible? He becomes an animal. That's a heavy fall down. But still, he did not downturn, or his consciousness did not go down. Rather, in the dear body, he was constantly thinking, as soon I get out of the dear body, I will not do anything but Krishna consciousness. That intensity was lacking because of his absorption in the deer as a pet, caused him to take a deer body. So his Krishna consciousness did not go down. I hope everybody understand that. But if the deer was presented in front of me, because where I live in Alachua, there is actually few deers. Even this morning I saw few deers when you drive to Mangalarti, 345, you can see the deers there sometime. So then if somebody would say, hey, this is Mahabhagavat, I don't know. Would I run to the deer and wash the feet? I don't know. I would probably think a lot about it. I'm glad Bhagavatam is saying this, but practically I don't know. I mean, of course, if it was somebody like Prabhupada would say or something, yes, this deer is like this. Or even, some great soul like Mother Ahalla, a rock. Even if you think many great personality, they come in an animal form due to some circumstances. Now, with that note, there's a question I write. So who is responsible for Aja Mills falls down? Who is responsible for Aja Mills fall down? So then we will clarify that what is appropriate respect, what is intentional mistake. In Bhagavad Gita 13.23, Krishna claimed, I oversee everything. Right now, Krishna is overseeing that you are listening, you are discussing, you are thinking of Krishna, you have shown interest to hear. We are discussing. So Krishna is witnessing right now. Whether I am aware he is witnessing or not, that's different. But Krishna is always witnessing. He doesn't have to think, am I witnessing? No, he is already knows it. He's not like a human being. He's a supreme being. He knows that he's witnessing and he keeps track every word. There is no illusion. What did he say? Did I miss the word? No, he does not think like that. He hears everything. He knows my intention. He knows my action. But you can not know, you may not know, some of you may not know my intention. You may see my, okay, action, I'm speaking. But you don't know my intention. But Krishna knows. We cannot cheat Krishna. So 1323, Krishna says that in that body, I am the transcendental enjoyer as a Lord, as a proprietor. I oversee and permit. And I am known as Super Soul. Now, let's come down to this point. We have a choice that I'm hearing what is proper, what is not proper, what I should do, what I should not do. But I can change my desire. I can try to turn towards Krishna. If I desire to turn towards Krishna, one trajectory come. And if does not desire to come towards Krishna, then another trajectory comes. So when we say Krishna gets, 15:15, if you look at that verse, I'm sure you all are familiar. Sarvasya chaham hridishan nivishto matta smriti genam apahanancha. Why I'm bringing this? Because this will help us to understand this point. We'll face in our life also. When we say Krishna gives forgetfulness, what does it mean? Sometimes we hear from scriptures that sense gratification leads to misery. But when sense object comes in front of us, and I have an addiction to it before, we surrender to it. We surrender to Maya. Now, at that time, instead of surrendering to Krishna, we surrender to Maya. I'm speaking now, but I will not be speaking that time. I'll be like surrendering to Maya. So we give up everything else and forget about all the teachings. Just like that devotee says, Prabhu, 10 minutes I wanted to watch Facebook. By the time I said, no, I need to go to sleep because I have to get up in the Mangalarti. That was 10 minutes before 9 o'clock. And by the time I said, okay, that's it. It's 10 minutes is when over. I see 1 o'clock. So who should we blame? That is what happened to Ajamil. He forgot his dharma. He forgot that he has a parents, very wonderful parents. He forgot he was a Brahmin. He forgot his duty as a member of a respected Brahmanical. Brahman, Brahman means what? spiritual leader. Brahman is not just a Brahman thread. Brahman means in a society, they are called spiritual leader. They're supposed to guide others to go towards Brahma Janati iti Brahman. Brahma Janati, one who knows the Supreme Spirit and guide others. 6 types of activity they do. Pathon, they read, they teach. Pathon, jajan, jajan. They engage you. They know how to do the ceremonies, sacrifice, and they teach you. Dana patigraha. They know how to utilize the principle of economic situation, how to utilize. But Ajamil was Brahmanam. He forgot his duty. He forgot his duty as a son. He forgot his duty as a husband. He just captured by that prostitute that he saw on the road. So Krishna is telling to surrender to me, but we can have other desire. Try to understand. This is a very practical. So what happens when Maya tempts us? We often just tempt to forget all the instruction we have heard from Prabhupada and Sadhu, Guru, here, Shastra. What happened? We succumb to the temptation. So now, can we say that Krishna gave the forgetfulness? Therefore, Krishna is responsible? Now, I know none of you probably think like this, but I was thinking in a crooked way. So, Krishna is giving 3 things: memory, knowledge, and forgetfulness. So, why did Krishna give forgetfulness to that devotee? For 10 minutes, one want to watch the Facebook just to check. And by the time personally told me, I said, that's it, too much. And then I noticed it's 1 o'clock. How is that 10 minutes to 9 and it's 3 hours past? So who is responsible? That person, but how? He was not going to spend 3 hours in the Facebook or fall down like Ajamil. So we need to get this understanding very clear. Prabhus and mothers, when you think of this responsible, break down 2 things. Responsive. Krishna is responsive, but me or we are responsible. Krishna is responsive. He responds to our desire. Krishna will never desire for you. Can you remember this? Krishna will never desire for you. You have to desire what you want in life. You want to serve Krishna? You desire. There was one devotee, every time I would say something, and say, whatever Krishna wants. I said, really? Are you trying to make Krishna like a devil god? Then one day, the couples stood up. Why you said that last time also this time? We need to understand this. Please explain. I said, all these things happening in this world. Is Krishna doing this? There's a murder, there is a rape, there is a burglar, there is a house burned down, there is a disaster, disease, death, all it. Krishna is doing this. If you say whatever Krishna wants, everything running by his will, that's not true. You are painting a God with demoniac face. So everybody must remember this. We are initiating cause. Write down. I, Pran Govinda Das or Shubir Ghosh is initiating cause. Krishna will see what we are desiring. If you are eligible, he will sanction it. So Krishna is a sanctioning cause. You are initiating cause, Krishna is sanctioning cause. Then Once Krishna sanction, you're going to face it. Maya will, boom, put it in front of you. Wow, I got it. No, you didn't get it. Krishna gave it. That's called subjective. If you can see that, you'll uplift your consciousness. If you think, well, I worked hard, I got the promotion, I worked hard, I got the money, I bought the lottery, I got the money. Yeah, you can do that, but that's not actually, that objective way is not advancement. Subjective way means you are actually becoming a devotee. So this is very important. So let's go back. So when temptation comes, we forget all the instruction we have heard from the scripture, from Prabhupada, and from everyone. Deyato Bishayan Pungsha Sangaste Supajayate 2.62. Sangat Sanjayate Kama Kamat Krudhavi Jayate Krudhat Bhavati Sammohat Sammohat Smriti Vibrama Smriti Bhangshat Buddhi Nasha Buddhi Nasha. Bloof means fall down. So Krishna says that all that begins with contemplation, and he gives the whole sequence in which we let the consequences degenerate contemplation, attachment, infatuation, anger, delusion, then forgetfulness comes after. He says, uh, Dehato Vishan Pungsha Sangaste Supajayate Sanga Sanjayate Kama Kama Krudha Vijayate Krudhat Bhavati Sammohat. Sammohat Smriti Vibrama. You forget that you are devotee. You forget you are married. You're not supposed to be intimately connected to another person or thinking about the other person. So you forget. Smriti Bhangshat, when your memory is lost, finish. You almost like cannot control yourself. You fall for that trap, whatever it is. That means temptation comes, it is who contemplate, that is nice, I would like to have that. We entertain the desire. When Krishna sees that we entertaining the desire, please remember this. We are entertaining the desire. It's illegal desire, whatever it is. Like Ajamil was thinking about the prostitute, even though he has a beautiful wife, he has a beautiful parents, he has a Brahmanical duty, all these things, but he cannot forget. Now you may say, Prabhu, you being very harsh, because I heard Ajamil's past life, previous life, he was cursed. He was cursed because of his own behavior. Just a short note. In his previous life, he was also brahmachari. He was not a grihastha. He was brahmachari. And he was staying with his guru. And he went for a swimming in a cold winter. And he was not a good swimmer. He was almost drowning. And there was a lady who was, in the village in India, they clean the pot and the pond. They don't have a running water like nowadays. They go everything in the pond and they clean the pots, cooking pot, everything. So she was doing it and seeing this brahmachari from neighborhood ashram boy drowning. She jumped in the water and tried to rescue and pull him out and brought him up on the ghat and then trying to take the water out. So she kissed his mouth to take the water out. He came out from his drowning situation. And when he saw that she is like on his face and trying to say, instead of thanking her, he said, how dare you touch my body? I'm a brahmachari. And she said, you almost died. I tried to save your life so you could serve your guru. You should not have touched. Now, he did not, didn't he hear? I don't know. When you meet Ajamil, you can ask him. Well, he's in Vaikuntha. But he immediately cursed her. I curse you, you become a prostitute. She was like shocked. She said, I'm trying to save your life so you could serve your guru. And you cursing me to become, because you do it a lot of austerity, your curse will come to my life. How could you do this? She got angry. Because you curse me, I curse you, you will fall down from your spiritual path with a prostitute. Because you want me to become prostitute, you will fall down with the prostitute. Now, in this life, he felt that affinity. Please remember this, I mentioned this many times. Attraction does not come from contemplation. If you see a person or an object, a house or a job or a country, anything you see, you feel like you want to look at it again. You want to look at it again. You know where you got this from? Sanskar, impression. You carrying from previous life. Previous impression giving you attraction. Contemplation gives you desire. So he naturally felt the attraction, because logically you will say he comes from a good family of Brahmana. He has a beautiful wife. He has a beautiful parents, religious path. He's a Brahmana. Everything is pakka. Sounds like everything is pakka. Why would he fall for this low class outcast, Besha, prostitute? In those days, they used to live outcast, not like American standard, everybody is citizen. No, they would live outside the Varnashram village, whatever the demarcation they had. They would live outside. So why he could not stop? Because of the curse in previous life. Now, could he not come out of it? Yes. We're not going to discuss that. That will take a long time. But this point is very important. So when he felt that affinity, attraction for that prostitute, he is not taking shelter of Krishna consciousness. That was the biggest mistake. So, and instead, even though he's with his wife, he's ignoring her, he's meditating. How do I see that girl again? How do I see that prostitute again? And he goes on and on and on and on. And he's hating his wife, parents, and like an argument. Within a short time, he's out. And he went to propose that prostitute. I want to stay with you. Materially, you may say that doesn't make any sense why somebody do that. Well, go and find out. Why so many people in this world, they do things doesn't make any sense why they do. But this is how it happened. So let's go back how we can learn from lesson from this. If you say, no, say, no, actually, I want to remember Krishna. I don't want to remember the prostitute. If Vajamil would say that, no, I want to act according to Krishna's instruction. Yes, we want you, but when the temptation comes, what is your response? We often entertain our desire. Prabhu's and mother, I hope you can relate. I can relate. We allow then to enter, and we don't dismiss the desire. We retain the desire. Oh, he was very handsome. Oh, she was very beautiful. Or that house, you like that house. Oh, that house is very good. I like it. It's better than this house. Yeah, you almost like a left your house. You are still staying, but you almost like mentally like living. I want to buy that house. That is called entertainment. You entertain your desire. When you entertain your desire, they start taking more and more space. We give a footholder, they take the strong hold over there. They get a full hold on your consciousness. Then what happens? Aparat chestasam. Our consciousness get abducted away. So we cannot blame Krishna for forgetfulness. That is my point. You cannot blame Krishna for forgetfulness. Krishna is reciprocal. He is responsive. So when temptation comes, we still choose to love and serve Krishna. Then Krishna will give us stronger remembrance of the message of Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. And over a period of time, Krishna will give us forgetfulness of material desire and material enjoyment. Then we won't feel I am missing something. I have to renounce something. No, actually, we will feel that those who are chasing after, they are unfortunate. That is what the position of Prahlad Maharaj. He said that. He was put into so many difficulty, but he never forgot Krishna. That's why he went ahead of all the challenges and he succeeded. Not that we all have to go through like Prahlad Maharaj, I'm not saying that. But Krishna sometimes uses us to deliver others. So I'll end here. It's not so much how pure you are, how advanced you are, but I feel even in a Bhakta ashram, people watches you how you deal with your challenges, not how advanced you are. And they learn from there and they grow spiritually. Okay, we have a couple of minutes. If anybody would like to chat. So next week we'll do text 32. We finished 31 just to refresh. I caught and gave little more details. Any takeaway or any further discussion? Yes, Mother Sankari Devi.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, please accept my most respectful obeisances at your lotus feet.
Yeah.
My pranams to all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis assembled here. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. It's such a relief to get back your association, Prabhu. I've been missing your association for all this week and waiting for our next class to begin. Prabhu, you were saying that I have a question that most of the times is the mental offenses. Sometimes we do not think really well about the devotees. Now, Prabhu, I just want to understand the distinction that it may be so that I don't know a devotee personally, but it's just that when it comes to maybe Krishna Katha or something, I prefer listening to one devotee over other. I'm not really thinking bad about that devotee that I want to see him or her go down or whatever. But I'm just making my choices that, I don't quite comply with the style of that devotee's classes. I really resonate with the class of these devotees. So, Prabhu, is that mentality also kind of going towards an offense? And it could be to anything, services or lectures or the way those devotees conduct and things like that.
Hmm. As long you don't hold any ill motive against that devotee, it's fine. Discrimination will be always there, not with hostile or hateful mind, but we have to have a discriminating power. It's not a question of how advanced someone or how advanced one is not. Like for an example, if you think of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur and Gaur Kishadar Babaji, who is advanced? Both. Them both are Mahabhagava, but both of them has a different lifestyle. And if you look at an example of, say, Maninder Nandi came to Gaur Kishadar Babaji. Baba, I want to take Vaishnav Dharma, I want to become advanced devotee. Very good idea, he said. Now don't go back to your palace. He was a king of Kashim Bazar, Murshidabad. He said, don't go back to your palace. Stay here with me. Give up everything, kingdom and family, everything. Just stay here and do bhajan. Now he's a Mahabhagava. When Maninda Nandi heard it, he's thinking, I'm not ready for that. I want to become pure devotee. I want to advance, but I cannot just give up, just like this. He said, don't go back. And I tell all my people to go back. Oh, he could not do it. So it's offense to disobey the order of a advanced devotee. So what he did, he confessed to him. Say, Baba, I'm sorry. I don't think I'll be able to do that. I still have a feeling for my wife and children and family and the kingdom I have. He was a king of Murshidabad, small king. And so he left, and Gorkishadhar Babaji understood and he forgave. But then Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he went there to Kasim Bazar, Murshidabad, and he spent there 7 days. And he had a conversation with the king. He said, stay where you are. Stane stita srutigatam tanuva manobi. He quoted this verse. He said, just chant Hare Krishna, follow regulatory principles, follow Ekadashi. That will be good. Slowly, slowly. Let your ministers, the soldiers, everybody slowly, slowly adapt. And this is what he suggested, and he succeed. Now, both are pure devotee, both are Mahabhagavat, but their application is different. We cannot say Gorkishadhar Babaji is not advanced, he doesn't know how to. No, be very careful. No, that's his standard. His bar is little high. For me, it's very high for the king. But Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur also Mahabhagavat, but his bar was high enough that anybody could cross it. So, is that make sense? So according to, it's not like we disrespect anybody. I'm not getting benefited by that person's association. I get benefited by the other person. So I rather choose like that. Is that okay?
Yes, Prabhu. So it's basically discrimination without
Yeah.
any hateful feelings to it. As long as I'm not having those negative and hateful feelings about it, discrimination is absolutely okay.
Yes. I
Yes.
like our GBC used to be, Tamohar Prabhu was very nice. One lecture he says, how can somebody not like Ishkar? We have so many leaders. Okay, if you don't like me, he was at that time GBC. He said, you can go to a place, like a Anuttama Prabhu, Vaishashik Prabhu, so many nice leader in our movement. But don't say, oh, I don't want to practice because of the leader. No, that's not an excuse. He was very humble. He's a very nice devotee, but he was putting himself in an example. It was very nice. I like that. Thank you. Thank you. Thakur Prabhu from Jamaica.
Well, Prabhu, glory to Srila Prabhupada and the Assembly devotees. So I joined late because you guys are an hour ahead of me. So you are 5 to 6, and so I will be 4 to 5 from my side. So I got in
Hmm.
late. So thank you for the reminder about the forgetfulness and our responsibility. I was wondering about Jamil in terms of why did they fall down? But now we talk about a backstory, and they said there were some previous encounters. So realize, oh yeah, because he cursed and he was cursed, then
Correct. Correct.
that
Correct.
happened. But it's for us to learn from
Yeah.
this, and also or desire. In other words, saying that sometimes when things happen, say, why is it happening? But if we don't remember that we, that good desire, we
Yeah.
say Krishna fulfills
Yeah.
our desire. So
Yeah.
thanks for the reminder. And sorry I got in it, but I tried. But
Yes.
wonderful presentation.
Thank
So
you. Thank
thanks.
you, Prabhu.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Mother Hari Priya Devi.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Danvat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gurudev ki
Jai.
jai. So, Prabhuji, how to get association of Mahabhagavad, Prabhuji.
Well,
In
first you have,
sorry, Prabhuji, especially in ladies' body. Um,
I
what
don't
to
know. I mean, we have a lot of senior devotees in a female body in our movement. There is nothing But first of all, we have to learn. It's not the female or male. It's a question of symptom. If you detect the symptom, maybe I'll post it in the WhatsApp group. There are 9 symptoms. If you see those symptoms, where there's a male body, female body, like Mother Narayani, there's so many. They're very advanced devotee. They're very advanced devotee. We have many in our movement. We are very fortunate to have many senior devotees. So if you know those symptoms, Kanti Abhyartha Kalatam, Viraktimana Sunnata Asa Bandasam. I'm not going to explain this because it will take 1 hour to understand that. But you can meditate on it. If you see those symptoms in someone, how they are dedicated to Prabhupada, Prabhupada's movement, they never criticize. How they resolve their conflict, how they deal with the challenges. And you can notice, Prabhupada is very attracted to me by the lifestyle he had, that how he dealt with the challenges and stayed focused to serve Krishna. That's so attractive. Sometimes very close people, like his family member, they could not recognize him, his Mahabhagavat. So you are saying how he'll recognize? They were staying with him, but they could not recognize his Mahabhagavat. So these are by the symptom. So those 9 symptoms, total 12, but 9 symptoms are most important. And you can detect like this. If you learn that, how to detect those 9 symptoms, then you go from there. You have to do little research. Is that okay, Mother?
So, Prabhuji, if we find out that this Maharaj or someone who is a Mahabhagavat, but how do we get their association? Because um, especially in America, only the Vani, by the lecture, only we can hear them. What other way we can serve and get association?
You can
Uh,
serve Prabhupada just by being a good member of ISKCON, daily chanting 16 rounds minimum, 4 regulatory principle. Srila Prabhupada did say, when he asked, so are they following the rules regulation? Yes, Prabhupada, they're reading your books, they're following. Prabhupada said, then they are my followers, they're my disciples. So Prabhupada, our Shiksha Guru, for 10,000 years, and you can associate with Prabhupada by reading his book every day. It's not just physical. As I mentioned in one class, that I was in Mangalarti and I saw this fly and landed on Krishna's arm. And I was thinking, to go in the altar, you have to spend 6 months to 1 year, get first initiation, then second initiation. You have to pass Bhakti Shastri, IDC, ISKCON Disciple course. Then you can be in the altar. But this fly, I don't know what training he got, but he entered right in the altar and landed on Krishna's hand. Does it mean he's an advanced devotee? No. In his level of consciousness, he has no aware that he's landing on Krishna's body. In one sense, we are with Krishna. Krishna ek sarvasray, Krishna sarvadham, Krishna sharire sarva vishara visram. We are with Krishna actually. He's in our heart. So it is consciousness, elevating consciousness, evolution of consciousness. More we uplift our consciousness, we will be aware that we are with Krishna. Then that is that required. It is not physical so much. Physical is important. We are not saying that physical, when Prabhupada was present, that's how the Bani came from his physical form. But Prabhupada did say Bani is more, instruction is more important. If we follow Prabhupada's, we read Prabhupada's books, make some contribution, give you time to ISKCON program, give some donation, whichever way you can, do your best. You are serving Prabhupada. You are serving through ISKCON. So like this, and then when you see somebody is very advanced, you can also serve them. Prabhupada, at least twice I heard, he said, I was not with my Guru Maharaj for a long time. One time he said, 4 or 5 times I met, but I never left his association. I want you to think that till next class. I hope you heard me. Prabhupada said, I maximum 4 or 5 times I met him, but I never left his association. What is that means?
That means he's thinking about him and he's asking his mercy in every moment.
He's serving. Prabhupada was thinking of
Sir.
serving. Two instruction became prominent in his life. Two instruction. One was 1922 when he first met. He says, you young English speaking boy, you should teach Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings to the English medium country or English spoken country. Then Prabhupada, of course, he challenged. No, we have to get independent fast. You can hear that. It's beautiful. But then he said, I'm glad my Guru Maharaj defeated me. He said, you will be always under another ruler. Today, British go away, somebody else ruling. That doesn't mean you are free. Freedom comes only when we serve Krishna. So that was one instruction. Another instruction he got twice mentioned, 1936, also later on his initiation time, when he met him in Radhakund. If you get money, print books. These are very vital instructions, and he took it so seriously, so seriously. In Vrindavan, he was standing in a corner in a hot sun for hours and hours. Then one Gauriya Sannyasi, his godbrother or somebody came, why are you standing here for in hot sun like this? You're old man, you're old Sannyasi. He said, because one man promised he will give me some donation. I need to print more books. This is before ISKCON. Prabhupada was standing for hours and hours just to meet this man, just to get some rupees, 50 rupees, so that he can publish his book more. He took it seriously. So we have to take it seriously like this, whatever instruction you find. And if you do this, mother, see next week how you feel. Bani is more important than Boku.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Okay, we'll end here. Mother Sankari Devi, you have something more?
Prabhu, just wanted to glorify my Guru Maharaj. Guru Maharaj also never had too much association of Prabhupada, hardly 2 or 3 times. And this instruction was given to him in a very generic fashion. They were there in the San Francisco temple, and Prabhupada was, the devotees were giving him the book distribution score. And so Prabhupada said that, are you all reading my books also? So you should be reading my books every single day. And that was it for Guru Maharaj. He took it to his heart. And till date, he follows it, and he inspires all of us to do so. And, just that small instruction. And now he's been able to put books in Antarctica as well. There's a set of Srimad Bhagavatam sitting in Antarctica. Yes. So I was just thinking that, yes, Prabhupada's, they're the disciples of Prabhupada. So many of them, I mean, thousands and thousands. How much time could Prabhupada spend with all of them? But most of them, they just took the Vani Seva and just did amazing things.
Yes, your Guru Maharaj, Vaishashik Prabhu, is very big book distributor. Not only that, he inspires others simultaneously. So thank you. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Panchakalpataruvesya kripa Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.